Normally, I don't have the results posted on Monday. I always wait to grade everything on Tuesday to wait for Monday Night Football. But this week I had to start early, and in fact, I'm probably gonna have to start grading probably on Mondays now, and then add the games in because the regular season's coming to an end. Everybody's been asking me about a playoff format this year. How's it going to go down? And I got a really cool NFL playoff format that will begin week 18. And for the first time ever, I'll have a play-in week like I do for my other pick'em leagues. It'll be like an elimination week, and it'll feature ranks 38 through 135. So 49 people will be eliminated after week 18. So the NFL playoffs will feature 86 man woman tournament. So I think this is pretty cool. It's going to be all NFL games. It's going to be the first time ever. All NFL games will be a part of the process. In each elimination round, there'll be two college games that'll be in that sequence as well. And I'll come out with the bracket on next week, and I already have it on the tournament website anyway. But for me to explain it and go through the breakdown, it'll be a separate video. Most likely it'll be, if not sometime this week, probably next week, middle of next week. Give everybody at least a 2 week head notice on how the playoff format's going to go down. But there's no longer going to be NBA games, all that shit added in there. It's just going to be strictly NFL games, and there will be two college games that will be a part of it: the national championship game, and it'll be like a Division III championship game in week 18. I think it's like North Dakota, South Dakota State. They're both 13-1. It's going to be a really good game, and that'll be a part of the 17 game best of 17 for week 18. So it'll be pretty cool, man. I got the whole breakdown already set up. It's on my tournament website, but I'll do the breakdown of every round this year. It's going to feature all football games in the playoffs. You know, everybody's been wanting this. Everybody's been telling me your playoff format sucks. You need to redo it. You need to figure out a way to keep it strictly football. And finally, I've been listening to everybody, and I said, you know what? I'm going to have to do that. And now this year, it's all NFL games for the playoffs. The first round will be the biggest round, and that'll be week 18. I already have it set up. I'll show you guys right now as a result of what I made. I worked on this all day, and I put it together on my website. So let me go ahead and share screen it. I'll show you the tab for all of you who are on here. I'll let you guys see it. Fuck it. Why not? So first will be the largest round in week 18. And anybody ranked 38 all the way through 135 will be competing in that round. Anybody that's a division winner will automatically get a pass. They'll just have to do their picks for that week. So if you're winning your division after week 17, congratulations, you'll be one of 20. And I take the top 17 wild cards with the best winning records that are not winning their division. They won't be a part of that elimination bracket. I'll have it highlighted and all that after week 17, but I'll have to give a 2-week head notice to let everybody know how that works. It's going to be fun, and it'll be an 86-man bracket after 49 people get eliminated after week 18. So it'll be fun. This is going to be exciting. I finally think I mastered a formula to actually get a playoff bracket that consists of nothing but football, and it's just going to be fun. It's just strictly football is going to determine if you move on. There's not going to be a basketball game or any of that crap as part of a tiebreaker. Strictly football. We started with football picks. It needs to end with football picks, but there will be two college games in there. The national championship game will be a part of the first round of the wild card weekend. So if the higher seeds in those matchups don't want that college game, they'll let me know. I'll give it to their opponent to pick, and then they can pick the two NFL games for the Saturday. So you'll either go into Saturday up 0-1 or down 0-1. It'll be the best of three for the first three rounds of the NFL playoffs, and then after that, it'll be the best of two, which is a double round robin. Higher seed picks one, lower seed picks one. You each get two teams. Lower seed has to win both games. Higher seed only needs to win one to advance. And that's just for one round. That'll be round 4. And then round 5 and 6 will be composed of, 6 and 7 will be the AFC NFC championship game. One game elimination will feature the final 8. And then those 8 will go to the final 4 for the later game. The two higher seeds pick who they want. Lower seeds get the opposing team. One game winner take all. The two advance to the Super Bowl. Higher seed picks who they want for the Super Bowl. Lower seed is given their team. The game's over, and whoever wins, wins. And that's how it's going to be. So it's the first round will be the largest round. The first time ever I'm doing an elimination tournament. I've done this in baseball. I've done it in basketball. I've never done it in football. This will be the first time for NFL that I'm actually using a week as an elimination round. And it will take place week 18, the final week of the season. So it'll be a best of 17, 16 NFL games, and it'll feature one college football game as a tiebreaker. North Dakota State at South Dakota State, a Division III game with both teams are 13-1 heading to the championship game for a Division III game. So that will be cool. And if higher seeds are like, I don't watch that fucking game, I'll let my opponent pick that one. Then you can give it to your opponent. It don't matter. Or if you know college football and you're familiar with that, you can pick it. It's whatever. Whether you want to pick it to your opponent, you can leave it to them. And if you're in the top 37, top 20 division winners, top 17 wild cards, all you have to do is do your picks for week 18. That's it. Y'all will be playing each other for seeding. There will be 3 buys for the top 10, 2 buys for the top 22. And of course, ranks 23 through 37 will still have to be in the wild card Saturday, but they won't have to play in the elimination bracket. They'll just be doing their picks. So it'll be like a little reward system for the top 37. Still, there'll be a reason to try to jump each other. You know, if you're 15 but you want to get to 10, it's the difference between another round getting off. I may try to do good on my picks that last week. So it all just depends. So winning your division now means something in this tournament, and now being a top wild card, what means something now? So I'll do a breakdown of all that probably next week. I'll give everybody 2-week head notice. So that way it'll be in everybody's system. I'll do a whole breakdown, a whole separate video of the breakdown, but I've already made the bracket, and I'll show you guys. It's really cool. I'm going to show you this, okay? Here's the bracket. The brackets are already out. What you need to know, the breakdown of every round. I got what you need to know about the new format. It's all NFL games. First time ever, again, elimination bracket. I have the round breakdown of how many games is going to be per round. The top 37 people, top 20 division winners, top 17 wild cards will just only have to do their picks for week 18. They will not be a part of the elimination process. And this is what the bracket's going to look like for the best of 17, January 8th. Here you go, 38 against 135, 39 against 134, and so on and so on. The numbers in the middle here are 86 and 87. So those are the 2 numbers in the middle. All right, it's like equivalent to 4-5 in NBA basketball, or like 4 and 5 in NFL, like Dallas goes to Tampa, like shit like that. But it'll be the best of 17. The higher seeds will pick 10 games. Any games they want, don't matter. Whatever team you pick, your opponent gets the opposing. Then the 7 games left over your opponent makes, the sequence is right all over. They pick who they want, and then you get the leftovers, and then you have your 17 teams, and then they all play out. Whoever gets 8 or more wins advances, loser goes home. 49 people are going home week 18. After week 18 is set, North Dakota, South Dakota State will also be a part of the game, and all NFL ties in that week will be awarded to the higher seeds. So if NFL game finishes in a tie, higher seed gets the credit for the win. So the higher seed has the advantage. You pick more games, plus you own all the ties. So if I tie 2 teams in a tie, let's say Detroit and Minnesota in a tie, I'm a higher seed in that matchup. I'm going to get the win for it, even though they tied. So those are the advantages you kind of have. It's like a little game of chess. So being ranked a higher seed is the difference between 10, 7, and owning the ties. I like those odds going into week 18. So even if you're not a top 37 guy, you can still have those advantages being ranked 38 through 86. 86 and 87. What is that? What is the difference between those numbers? Well, it's the difference between one guy picking 10 and the other guy picking 7. And then you know what I'm saying? And depending on the games he wants to leave you, he might leave you the hard games. He might pick the easy ones. Or it could work against him. There could be a bunch of trap games. Who knows? What's the difference between 37 and 38? The difference is one gets to do his picks and survive. The other one has to compete to stay on the board. So there's going to be a game of chess. These next 2 weeks are going to be grueling in the tournament. It's going to be really cool. It's all NFL games. It's all football. It started with football. It'll end with football. The first time ever I'm doing this. The rounds will be a little bit shorter. 1-game eliminations. Once you reach the final 8, it's all 1-game elimination. A 2-game elimination, double round robin in Sweet 16, and the round of 32, and the 2 rounds prior to that, best of 3. How y'all like that? And the college football national championship game will be a part of the first round of the picks of the best of 3 to start that weekend. And if you're in the top 22, you don't even have to play on Saturday. So there you go. There's another reward. So let's go ahead and show you guys the rest of the bracket. I'm pretty much already showing you guys right now what it is. Let's go ahead and scroll down. So if you're in round 2, if you're ranked 20, well, that's actually round 2. That's best of Saturday right here. That's 23 through 37 in the advance and winners from week 18 will fill up this right here. And then the wild card Sunday best of 3 features 11 through 22 with a bye. They don't have to play Saturday, and the advancing winners from round 2 to go to round 3. Then you scroll down even more. This is where it really rounds 4 through 8. I put on one page here. 1 through 10 don't even have to play until, if you're ranked in the top 10, you only have to play till Saturday, the divisional round. So you don't have to be a part of that. You'll have 2 NFL games on Saturday, plus the NFL Monday Night Football game for the wild card game. So it'll be those 3 games combined as one, even though they're kind of spaced out. But it's going to be really fun, man. I'm really excited. I put this bracket together all day today. I finally did the math and was crunching the numbers. How am I going to get this? What's the perfect way to set it up? I finally found a formula, and it worked. And I finally said, you know what, I was off all day today. I put it together. It's on my website, on my blog page. I got everything set up. I even graded all the picks. Everything's already set, so we're good. And after week 18, I will announce whose names are what. These papers will be filled up, and they'll be resubmitted on my site, so you'll know exactly where you're at. And if you don't see your name, you can just ask me, and I'll tell you. And it's just really fun from this point out. Round 4, you got round 5. See, round 6 and 7 are AFC and NFC championship game. It's just one game. And then you got the Super Bowl at the very bottom. February 12th will feature the final 2 guys. And it will be all strictly football. How you guys like that? It started with football. It's going to end with football. Strictly football. 2 college football games will be integrated in this sequence, but it's still football, and I think it's still going to be fun. And the national championship game will be a part of the second round of the wild card on Saturday. Second round for us, first round for NFL, but a second round for us because I'm including week 18 in this as a playoff. Because technically it's a playoff. You know, you're still playing to stay on the board as a playoff for those guys. So technically it'll be like round 2 on Saturday. Even the NFL will be round 1, and it'll be the best of 3. So the first after that week 18, Saturday, Sunday, and the divisional round will consist of 3 games, all NFL, best of 3. And I think it'll be cool, man. This is going to be fun, you know. And then, I mean, from there, it's the best of 2, and then it's a best of 1 for the remainder 3 rounds. And there you go. That's your playoff bracket, and I have it ready in advance. So this is going to be fun, man. I'm excited. You know, it took me a lot to put this together. I did a lot of thinking, and again, you know, football is what it started with. This should end with football. So that's all I got to say about that. Hey, Matt, what's going on? What's up, man? Yeah, so this tournament's going to probably be the best one ever. It's going to be the best one ever because now it's just strictly football as the indicator. But the only problem is you're going to have a lot of one-game eliminations. You're not going to have a bunch of 2 out of 3, so you're just going to have to deal with it. It's just that's the nature of the beast. But you figure in the NFL, it's kind of the same thing because, you know, they all play one-game eliminations anyway. At least you get long rounds for the first 4 rounds. And the 5th round is technically a best of 2. So technically you get 2 chances. But if you're a higher seed, you only have to win one of those games. If you're a lower seed, you have to win both. So you have to win the game that you picked, and you hope that your opponent loses their pick as well. So that there's a little strategy, a little chess match in that one round. But then it goes to the best of 1. If you're a lower seed of those 8, and you know you're going to be the lower seed, like let's say you're 7 or 8, and you're kind of at the bottom, you know you're not going to be a higher seed, then you're like, you got to hope your opponent picks twice and loses. So it's kind of like a little luck's going to have to be on your side, but you still got a chance. So this is going to be fun and exciting this year, and I can't wait, man. And we're going to go ahead and go see the records real quick. The best record for this week is 15-1. I want to give the defending champion Reese a shout out, of course. And he went 15-1. So Reese, you're watching, give you a shout out. Cattle Dog, I made that correction for you from last week. I added you the extra win this week. You were supposed to have 130 wins. Now you got 131. So that's your record for the season. KC Kid, you went 10-6. LAOG 10-6. Bolts 11-5. Duke 10-6. Weston 11-5. Wins and losses for the week. Sports Live and Eagles fan 10-6. So you guys all hit double-digit wins in your division. Lido 13-3. Give you a shout out. Melantis Everett 12-4. We got Crazy Dog with 12-4. Athletic Dash usually is on the bottom of the tournament every year because he just makes bullshit picks. But he actually was trying this year, and it's paying off. He's 12-4 with lists, and they're actually at the top of their division. So got to give him a shout out. Noah's come out of nowhere. Everyone's like, oh, he's at the bottom every year, but this guy's actually been doing pretty good on his picks. He's been under the radar, and he's hovering right under Jake from State Farm and Eddie. So we still got a tight race going towards the end. But that 15-1 Reese just shot up. He shot out in the standings. He just shot right up with that 15-1 record. He just crushed a lot of people going up. I think he's now third in his division, or third overall, something like that, third or fourth overall, if I'm correct. That really did help him with the best record in the league right now. Got to give a shout out to Dylan. He has 147 wins, 77 losses. That is currently the number one in the league. Ashkin is second with 146. Somebody told me the other day, Ashkin is second place. What the hell? I said, yeah, he's been doing pretty good on his picks, man. And, Casey Kidd is 136 and 88. Bolts at 133. Weston, LAOG, Duke at 132. So there's still like kind of like a 5-man race, a 6-man race for that division right there. So winning your division secures you a bye after week 17. You don't have to, just week 18, you'll just be doing your picks. But a lot of your buddies in your division might be an elimination round. Just depends. I mean, unless they secure some of those wild card spots. But we're going to go ahead and go through the picks. I don't see why we should waste anybody of any more time, right? Let's go ahead and go to these NFL picks. Again, the link is at the bottom, tournament-champions.com. Link will be at the bottom description. If it's not, I'll make sure to add it in at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and go to the NFL picks and go from there, man. Like I said, and I will have the ranks out after this week. Or after next week. Once we hit week 17, after that, the weeks, I have the ranks 1 through 135. You'll know exactly where you're ranked. So, and that's it. Once you're ranked 38 through 135, if that's your rank, that's your rank for the remainder of the tournament. So if you go in the playoffs as last place and you make at the end of the tournament, you're ranked 135, you win the whole thing, be kind of hard. But if you do, that's your rank. So whatever your rank is what your rank is. If you're 1 through 37, you can still do your picks. You can still do your picks, and you can still jump each other. So if I'm ranked 20, but I want to get to 5, I'm going to do my picks and hope I roll the dice and maybe land a top 5 pick. So there's still a little jumping involved. I'm sure 37th place would not want to be 37 after week 18. They may want to jump up 10 spots. So there's still going to be a reason to want to do well in that last week, even if you're like, oh, I'm not in that bye, I'm good. Well, I don't want to finish 37 either. Fuck, I may want to jump 20 spots. Hell, I may want to take 15 out. Maybe I can jump up to 20 and maybe get a bye and don't have to play on Saturday. I could play on Sunday. So there's a little bit of a chess match there. So people are still going to be trying to jump each other. So that's what's cool about elimination week. You got one half of the people fighting to stay on the board, the other half playing for seeding. So that's what's the fun part about this tournament. I've done elimination tournaments in my baseball, my basketball, college football. I've never done it in NFL. This is the first time ever I'm actually installing this in the NFL Pick'em League. First time ever. So I think this is going to be fun. And if it works, it'll probably be put into there permanently now as a play-in. So we'll actually have a best of 17 teams. So even if you lose in week 18 and you're out, you had 17 chances to get 8 wins. That's fair. That's fair. So let's go ahead and so all the higher seeds, 38 through 86, will be the high seeds. They're to the left of the page. Their names will be in red. Blue will be 87 through 135. So if your name's in blue, you kind of have to wait to get your teams. It could take all week. Just depends on how fast your opponent makes them. They may make them on a Monday. They may make them on a Friday. I don't know. But when they do make them, then I let you know, hey, these are your 10 teams your opponent picked, and here's the 10 teams that he given you. Now here's your 7 that are left, and now you make these, and then I have to give him his 7, and then boom, you got your 17 each. So the higher seeds get 10, and they own the tiebreaker. So if any NFL game ends in a tie, they automatically get it. And if somehow the record ends in a tie, the higher seed advances, the lower seed's gone. That's the advantage of being the higher seed in this particular matchup. So you get 10 picks, and you own every tiebreaker scenario. If any NFL game ends in a tie, you automatically get the win for that, and your opponent gets the loss. So your opponent, who's a lower seed, has to win the game to get credit, to receive credit for that game. And there is no ties in the playoffs. So, y'all know how that works. But in the regular season, a tie can still occur. And that's why I say in that case, if a tie does happen, higher seed gets awarded the win. So all you have to do is win or tie if you're a higher seed. All right, let's go ahead and get these picks. I'm on the NFL website right now. I wanted to get this shit over with today because there's games on Saturday, guys. There's 12 games on Saturday. I shit you not. They only got 3 games on Christmas Day. So let me go ahead and go to week 16 real quick. All right, let's go to the games. I've already made them on paper, but I'm going to see if I change my mind. Let's see. Switch, share screen, NFL schedules, share screen. This has been a fun NFL season. It has been. I've enjoyed it. Let me go ahead first and look at the games real quick. Okay, so these are the games right here. All right. There's a game on Thursday. All right, let's go and show my face again. If it slows up again, I'll have to turn it off. I don't know what's up with the StreamYard. All right, Jaguars at the Jets. It's a Thursday game, December 22nd. And believe it or not, temperature degrees are supposed to drop to 5 degrees. Ouch. That's going to be a real cold game. And that's going to be against Jacksonville Jaguars if they have to go to New York to go to that game. That's going to be a tough one playing in 5-degree weather. That's going to be at a disadvantage for the Jaguars. That's going to be a tough game because Jaguars are playing for that division, and they're playing, to possibly win the AFC South. The Titan-Tards better be careful because the Jag-Tards are right behind them. And, the Titans thought with this big losing streak, they can still sustain a lead because of the clusterfuck teams in the AFC South. But later did they know that the Jacksonville Jaguars are actually closing games out. They're actually the Detroit Lions of the AFC, believe it or not, right now. It's not about how you start. It's about how you fucking finish. And the Jaguars are playing they're one of the most underrated teams. Really, tell you the truth, they should have lost to Dallas. I saw that highlights. I don't know how they got away with it, down 14-0. Cowboys had every advantage of winning that game, and I just feel like they should have won that game. They're going at the Jets. The Jets are a good team, though. Don't get me wrong. They still have something to play for, too. They're trying to race for one of those wild card spots. I think the Chargers have that one. LAOG's team had that spot. This is an even matchup right here, and either team can win this game. Nonetheless, if you put a gun in my head and said, I'm going to count to 5, you don't shut the fuck up and make a pick, I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road to get the win, despite the fact the weather's going to be -5. I still think Jacksonville will come in and secure the win. And they're real dead serious about winning this division. I think this is this team's evenly matched, but I think Trevor Lawrence is going to come in and he's going to have a really good game. I think Zach Wilson is going to. I think he's going to figure out some way to throw the game away. And I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. All right, Jacksonville, I picked you, man. All right, so Donovan's got Jaguars as well. Cool. All right, let's go to the next one. These games are on Saturday. In fact, most of the games are on Saturday. Let's go ahead and go to the first one. Atlanta Falcons at the Ravens. Okay, now this one's an interesting matchup due to the fact that the Falcons have started Ritter for the rest of the year. Sports Live is saying he's trash. I watched Sports Live stream earlier. Really good Falcons video maker, makes good Falcons videos. He's good at what he does. I think he deserves more subs than what he does. Very good guy. Okay, so you got Bills, Chiefs. Okay. Oh, that's the current rankings. Okay, so I'm gonna look at yours then. Okay, see, I thought the Chargers. Thanks, Caleb, for posting that. Okay, so the Bills got 1, Chiefs 2, Bengals 3, Titans 4, Ravens 5, Jaguars 6, Dolphins 7. Okay, that's interesting. All right, well, see the Ravens. The problem with the Ravens. Yeah, I got your picks, Matt Ogden. By the way, you actually jumped up in the standings too, believe it or not. You moved up to second. Congrats, give you a shout out. You're just 2 games behind first place. And but here's the thing, though. The Falcons are trying to get that division spot from good old Tom Brady. And that NFC South is worse than our division. Okay, so we were the worst until now. Now it's the NFC South is the worst division. Then it's us. The Ravens got Lamar Jackson. The problem is I heard he's not playing. It's going to be Huntley. Huntley sucks, but he looks good against bad teams. He didn't look good against the Browns, but that's because of Deshaun Watson, though. That's a big difference. But he's playing against a really poorly team in the Falcons. And I know Huntley's not good, but this is a game I think the Ravens can win. They're at home. It's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Huntley will win. He'll probably throw for like 170 yards, maybe a touchdown, maybe 2 interceptions. Not going to be a real good game, but if Marcus Mariota was playing, I think the Falcons would take this game. But therefore, I'm not going to risk picking Ritter or whatever his name is. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ravens at home. I think it's going to be a shit show game. It's going to be a low scoring game. Yeah, Matt, I just said that on the other my other stream the other night. I said the Jaguars are going to win the AFC South. After that win against Dallas, they had no business winning that game. Now they actually might accidentally win the AFC South. They might accidentally win. Well, okay. I mean, Matt sent me his picks already. I see him on his messenger, but I'll go ahead and write it down. All right, so I see Matt's got Baltimore as well. I got the Ravens at home, and that's who I'm going to go with. So give me the Ravens to win at home. All right, let's go ahead and go with the next one. Detroit Lions at Carolina Panthers. Okay, Panthers actually have a chance to take the NFC South with the win and some help from other teams. Okay, you got Ravens too, Donovan? Okay, I'll write that down. Okay, well, like I said, the Ravens are going to win because the Falcons are not playing Mariota. And if Mariota was playing, I go with Atlanta. But no, I'm going to go with the Ravens to win at that one. Like I said, I think the Jaguars are going to beat the Jets on Thursday night. They're going to accidentally win that game. But okay, Lions at Panthers. The Lions, it's not about how you started it's not about how you started at the beginning. It's about how you're playing now. The Lions and the Jaguars are those two teams right now. Started the season off bad. Now they're catching stride and are fighting for playoff contention. The Lions, they're creeping up on the Commanders. And the Commanders are barely hanging on. So are the Giants, even though Giants did win last week. But they're barely hanging on by a thread. The Lions and the Packers are now in the mix. Yes, the Packers. But the Lions, they're going at Carolina. They're going against Sam Darnold. I know Carolina's going to try to win this game. You know, Lions are still a bad team. Don't get it twisted. They're playing better, but they're still a bad team. But the Panthers are a lot worse. And I think the Lions, with this hot streak they got going on, I think they've won 6 out of their last 7 games. They look very impressive ever since their win against Green Bay in Ford Field and that meltdown Aaron Rodgers had. I think the Lions have something to play for, and I think that, you know, got a guy in Jared Goff. He's taken the Rams to the playoffs, took them to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to go with Detroit to go in Carolina and get the win. So give me Detroit. Let me write that down. Okay. And Matt Ogden's also got Detroit because, Matt, I'm looking at your picks because of your little thing popped up right there. So you got Detroit as well. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, you got Buffalo at Chicago. Okay. So the Bills are 11-3. The Bears are 3-11. Okay. You got the Lions, Donovan? Okay. Oh, yeah, I wrote that down. I have you down for the Lions. Oh, Matt's got the Lions too. My bad. I was supposed to write that down. All right, my bad, tripping. All right, so Bills at the Bears. The Bears is a trap game from here on out. The Eagles almost saw that coming. And we lost to the Bears earlier on in the year, but that wasn't a trap game because both of us suck anyway. But the Bears play at home. This game is going to be a negative 16-degree weather. And they're going up against the Bills, who also play in cold weather. So this really is not going to be a factor with the weather. But the Bills are the better team. It'll be a hard-fought game. I'm sure the Bears are going to try to put up something for a homestand like they did against the Eagles. So look at how hard my team's been playing right now, despite almost beating the Cowboys and the Chiefs. I'm still going to go ahead and give it to the Buffalo Bills because the Bills are a better team. So the Bills are going to win. They're not going to fall in a trap game like this. No, not at this point. They're still trying to chase the Chiefs. They're still trying to secure the number 1 spot, secure bye. They have something to play for. All right, Matt Ogden's also got the Bills as well because, again, I'm looking at his picks online. All right, so Matt's got that. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. All right, we got the New Orleans Saints at the Cleveland Browns. It doesn't sound like an exciting game, but both teams are playing for something. The Browns actually got a chance to make the playoffs now. Deshaun Watson, wow. Deshaun Watson is 3-1 in his last 4 starts. Okay, cool. Or 2-1, I'm correct. 2-1, okay. All right, well, he's 2-1. But the Browns are 6-8. They're fighting for a small slither of hope for a playoff spot at the end. They got to hope and pray that the Chargers start losing. but they're still got something to play for, so they're actually going to try to win there. And they got the New Orleans Saints, who are 5-9. The Saints are the best team in the NFC South right now in terms of consistency. But outside their division, they're still trash. And unfortunately, too little, too late. Saints, sorry, don't think you got a chance to win this game. I'm going to go with the Browns to win. I think Deshaun Watson is catching his stride. His stats are pretty amazing. In the last 2 weeks, I think he's throwing for over 200 plus yards, multiple touchdowns, 1 turnover, quarterback passing rate of 107. Yeah, that's going to be really hard to tell. I mean, Deshaun Watson's kind of shaking off that rust. I'm going to go with the Browns to win at home. I think they're still going to try to give the Chargers a run for their money for that last spot, or maybe hopefully pray the collapse of the Dolphins or whatever, possibly. But I think the Browns do win this game. I think they go to 7-8 and still put themselves in position. Okay, Donovan's got Cleveland and Matt's got Cleveland as well. Okay, Cleveland. That's 5 picks, right? Okay. So Lions. Oh, you got the Bills, right? Donovan Bills, and then you got the Browns. All right. Got to make sure I write that down correctly. All right. Let's go to the next one. We got Seattle at Kansas City. I like Geno Smith. I like the Seahawks. I also like the Chiefs. I said the Chiefs are playing the most consistent football in the AFC. I'm still going to stand by that word. I still think they're going to come out of the AFC. I don't know why. I just do. They have no injuries of any kind at this point. And Seattle's coming in a brick wall and too little too late. I know they're trying to race for that NFC, the last spot from the Commanders. But this won't be a week you're going to get it, man. Sorry. Little too late for you, buddy. I'm going to go with Kansas City Chiefs to win in a blowout, and I think the Chiefs will put the nail in the coffin in Geno Smith. And I'm going to go with Kansas City. All right, Donovan's got KC. Matt also has Kansas City. All right. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Fuck it. The Giants at Vikings. This could be a playoff preview. Giants are 8-5-1. They won a big statement game on Sunday night. The refs bailed you guys out of a pass interference that should have been called in the end zone. That should have put the Commanders right at the 1-inch yard line. And I think they would have scored on that next play and possibly tied the game, sent into another overtime. Sent into overtime. But the refs did bail you guys out. They also helped you on a helmet-to-helmet hit, a roughing the passer call. That was bogus. The referees did help the New York Football Giants out, so they're going to be the Bill Belichick now, and the Patriots now, the Lord of Evil. And the Giants are now going to have that stigma going into this week, and they're going to go into Minnesota, a team that's been struggling at home. Vikings don't look too well at home. They did had a major comeback, 33-0. I just don't see that happening again. I think the Giants are playing like crap. I think they got lucky. I think the refs bailed them out. They haven't won a football game in over 6 weeks, and this one has asterisks all over it. They fucking cheated. And I think you guys will continue to fall down a ladder. I think you guys might limp into the playoffs because Seattle fucking sucks. And the Lions might get in. The Packers might get in. They may jump the Commanders and the Giants if they're not careful. But, I'm going to go ahead and go with Minnesota. They still got Dalvin Cook. They still got Jefferson. They still got Cousins, who's amazing. He's one of the most accurate, underrated quarterbacks in the league right now. They still got a prolific offense. I don't think they're going to allow themselves to trail big against the Giants. I think Daniel Jones is on his last tenure anyway with the Giants. Is he possibly going to sign an extension? What's going on there? But, yeah, I think the Giants, if anything, they limp in the playoffs. I think this is just one of these collapses. They're going to be a 500 team going in maybe. Go ahead and give me the Vikings to win. Okay, Matt's got Minnesota. Write that down. And Donovan's got the Vikings as well. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, Bengals and Patriots. Wow. I saw that Stanford band. And what was it? Chandler Jones or whatever his name returned it for the Raiders to help defeat the Patriots. The Lord of Evil is now 0-3 against Josh McDaniels and Brady. Ouch. So, they come home and they play the Bengals out of nowhere. The Bengals are 10-4. I had them written off at the beginning of the year. I said they were going to be like the Rams. They might barely make the playoffs or not make it at all. I'm absolutely wrong. They're playing really consistent football. They've been playing better the last 5 or 6 weeks now. I think they're on a 5-game winning streak, if I'm correct. The Bengals are 10-4. They look amazing. and they're going to go in New England. And don't get me wrong, I like Mac Jones. I like Dante Hightower. I like the Patriots altogether. They got a good team. They're going to be at home, so obviously they're going to play with some kind of energy. However, the Bengals are just playing too good right now. They got a lot of momentum on their side. They're under the radar. Everybody's kind of written them off. They're talking about Dolphins, Chiefs. They're talking about the Bills, but nobody's really talking about the Bengals. The Bengals are moving quietly amongst the ranks amongst the top teams in the AFC. I think they go in and get the win. I think they're going to go in New England and get the win. Joe Burrows is still a proven quarterback. He's got that team fired up. I don't know if AJ Green's been playing or whatever, but they got a really good team. Joe Mixon, it seemed like he's hitting his stride, and the Bengals defense is coming together. They're creating the stops, causing turnovers, causing ruckus. Their special teams has been playing outstandish the last 3 weeks. So they're putting teams under pressure, man, and I like that. The Bengals got a pass rush, and I got to give them credit where credit's due. They got a good team. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bengals. Okay, Donovan's got Cincinnati as well, and Ogden has got Cincinnati. Cool. All right, let's go to the next one. Fuck it. What's the next game? All right, Texans and Titans. Wow, what a clusterfuck this game is. The AFC South is probably the second worst division in football. I still think the NFC South is worse than us. Like I said, there's only really two teams in this rabbit chase between Jaguars and Titans. Really, Titans were the lone ranger in this. Oh man, let me block that motherfucker. All right, there we go. Anyways, what was I saying? Okay, so Texans and Titans. The Texans have been playing pretty good football the last 4 weeks. We've been keeping it close. We've almost won so many games we weren't supposed to win. We've been mixing up the read option. We've been mixing up a little wildcat formation. And Jeff Driscoll is I think, a proven commodity that he could be like, if he keeps bringing the energy in to the, in every game like this, I wouldn't mind starting him. Fuck it, And you can put Davis Mills, integrate him in. This is a division game. Texans and Titans, no love lost there. We don't like each other. AFC South matchup. The Titans Hards, they still got Derrick Henry, who's a monster, who's averaging, I think, over 200 yards a game on my Texan defense. And so I know they're going to pound the run or whatever. They're at home. A lot of their fans are going to be behind them. And, this is a must win for Tennessee as well. We're going to play them pretty good. I think this is a possibility. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a nail biter, but I just think it's going to be one of those games which is going to be real close for the Texans, and it just thing runs out. I think the Titans has, realized now that they have to win games because Jaguars are right behind them. And I think this is a game Tennessee can't let go. This is a winnable game on their schedule. They should win. And I'm going to go ahead and just, go with my gut. I think Titans get this win. They go to 8-7. They need some kind of momentum going towards the end of the season. They can't allow the Jaguars to pass them, so they're going to play off of that momentum. They're playing a really bad Texan team who's, again, going for the number one pick. This is a game that you take advantage of right here. Texans will play you hard, but I think at the end of the game, the Titans will win this game. It'll be a close game, but I'm going to go with the Titans. Donovan's got Tennessee too. Matt's got Tennessee. Write that down. All right, let's go to the next one. Commanders at the Niners. So the Commanders are dead last in their division. I'll admit, Commanders, you guys got screwed in that Sunday night football game. I saw the calls; they were horrible. The refs really screwed you guys. I feel bad for you guys. I really do. That pass interference call at the end of the game, that was terrible. You guys should have gotten the ball on the 1 yard line and a chance for an untimed down. Or it wouldn't be an untimed down. You would still have time left. But the point is, the Giants screwed you. They know it. The refs played in their favor. That's okay. But you guys are going to San Francisco. You're playing against Caffrey. You're playing against what is it? Brock Purdy. That's going to be a difficult game in San Fran in the Bay, man. And it's done personal, man. It's just Washington. I hate to say it, you're going to continue to struggle down the stretch, man. I think you're going to be another one of those teams that's going to limp right in at the very end. You're going to be in that rabbit chase now with two teams right on your ass at the end, and pinning on Seattle if they can somehow get some wins down the stretch. They're trying to get on you too. So but I don't see you winning this game in San Fran, man. This is going to be a very difficult game, man, for you guys to win. So I'm going to go with the Niners to win. Ogden's got the Niners as well. And Donovan has also got – oh, he hasn't picked yet. He hadn't picked yet. I'll just go to the next one. Fuck it. Until he picks. Or when he picks, I'll just write it down. All right. Eagles at Cowboys. All right. So the Eagles at Cowboys. The Eagles are 13-1. And I think a win, they win their division. Cowboys are 10-4. So is T.Y. Hilton in y'all's offense, Dallas, or not? Because I looked at the Jacksonville highlights. I didn't see y'all target T.Y. Hilton at all. Did he even play? Is he not playing? Is he inactive? I mean, what the fuck? Like, why sign one of the best receivers in the league if you're not going to use him? That doesn't make any logic sense. I mean, you got CeeDee Lamb. Not saying you don't have any other receivers on your team, but I mean, how do you not have T.Y. Hilton in? Like, that doesn't make any logic sense. Like, I thought I would be putting him in this game. And if you guys signed Odell Beckham, you would have T.Y. Hilton, Odell Beckham, and you would have CeeDee Lamb. That's a really good combination of receivers to have there. Very talented. Reminds me of the 09-08 Cowboys with Terrell Owens. And I think y'all had Jason Witten and a couple other guys y'all had at receivers. I don't remember because that's going a while back. But that would remind me of that. If y'all were to get all three of those guys on the field at the same time, this could be a playoffs that could help you guys maybe try to make a deep run. But like I said, I don't know what's going on with T.Y. Hilton. He should be in the game. He wasn't active last game. Okay, then he'll be in that game. Okay, so then he'll make his debut then against the Eagles. I mean, Dak's going to have some targets there. He's going to have a lot of good targets. And this is going to be a good divisional game. I remember I was in Dallas when y'all went to Philly and lost. And me and Travis went to Buffalo and saw that game. Actually, live streamed that game, believe it or not. And this was a very good game. I mean, it was a good game, you know. I think Eagles fans personally are annoying. Nothing personal. I actually thought Cowboys fans were pieces of shit, but I actually take that back. They're actually more reasonable. Philadelphia Eagles fans and are just like Raiders fans, same thing. They're very annoying, hostile. They never shut the fuck up, and they continuously sing "Fly Eagles Fly." I mean, they have the right to kind of talk shit, but their fans are kind of a little annoying. I tolerate a very little bit of them that are in my pick'em league. Other than that, I think they're very annoying. And the same thing with the Raiders. Their fan base is very annoying as well. They were just like Golden State Warriors fans, same fucking thing. But with that being said, you have to take the fan element out of it. Who's going to win the fucking game? This game's going to be in Dallas. It's going to be a very good game. Dallas, are you going to win this game at home against the Eagles? Are you going to tie this series or what? Because, I mean, I'm not saying it's a must-win for y'all. I don't think y'all will win the division anyway if you win this game. But, I mean, are you playing for a number 2 seed? Because you're not going to get a bye. So you can't win your division. So basically you're going to be a 5th seed anyway. I mean, would it really make a point for you to win? Is it really like a must-win for you? To me, it sounds more like a must-win for Philly, in my opinion. So, therefore, I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Eagles, but I think they'll edge it barely. I think it'll be a good, close game, but I'm going to go with Philly to win in Dallas. But it'll be a close game. You know, if Dallas would have beat the Jaguars last week, there would have been a reason for them to try to win this game. But again, if you got T.Y. Hilton and Odell Beckham, that'll be a good combination to add. You guys could make a run for it. In the wild card, you make a good run. You know, if you have that. Oh, he may not play with a shoulder strain. Oh shit. So you know what? Fuck it. I'll switch. Just for you Cowboys fans, I'll switch. I'll give it to you. Just this one time. I'll switch my pick. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys to win at home. There you go. T.Y. Hilton's playing. He'll make his debut. And the Cowboys still got Ezekiel Elliott and Pollard. So they can execute the run game. The Eagles have a throwaway game on their schedule. This is probably one of the throwaway games. Fuck it. We're already going to win our division anyway. So, fuck it. I'll give it to Dallas. Dallas needs this win anyway. So, go ahead and give me the Cowboys to win. Matt's also got Dallas to win as well. So let me write that down. You got the Cowboys. That's right. Donovan, you're now 2 picks behind. You got to catch up, man. All right. Raiders at Steelers. Both teams are 6-8. And Raiders came off a very impressive win against the Patriots last week. And I know Derek Carr's playing to try to make a last playoff spot. And so is the Steelers, not necessarily to make the playoffs. I think the Steelers are playing for Mike Tomlin. They've never had a losing record under Mike Tomlin. So they got to win out. They got to go 3-0. Pittsburgh's at home. Mitchell Trubisky named the starter for the remainder of the year. Kenny Pickett's on the bench. This is a tough game. And I think this can go either way. This is going to be a very good matchup. So it's going to matter who wants it more. I think the Steelers are gonna play hard because they don't want that losing record for Mike Tomlin. And I think Derek Carr's playing for the fans, and because everyone's saying he should leave and blah 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 blah. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Pittsburgh. Fuck it, Mike Tomlin. I'm going for you now. I don't think Mike Tomlin will have a losing record this year. Pittsburgh will win out and go 9-8. I'm calling it now. The football gods will award Tomlin a winning season. They will fall short of the playoffs. God damn it. All right, so you got Donovan got what? Niners, Cowboys, and you got Steelers. Okay, cool. Ogden has got Steelers. Make sure I write that down. And I'm going Pittsburgh at home. They got a home game. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so all the Saturday games are over with now. Now we're in Sunday. There's 3 Sunday games for Christmas. You got the first one. Green Bay at Miami. We already know who Ogden's got, so I'm not going to call his pick out till the end. This is a tough game. Aaron Rodgers had a really good game today against the Rams. Not against the Rams, but Rodgers had a good game. And it seems like Green Bay's playing with a little bit of confidence, but they don't play well in South Florida. Aaron Rodgers has a losing record in South Florida in his career. But he's heading to Miami, though. And they're taking on the Dolphins. The Dolphins had that West Coast trip, played really bad on that West Coast trip. But they are coming back home. They're going to be playing under their fans. I know Tua's going to be ready to play, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be a very interesting game. So the question is, will we see Aaron Rodgers in his what do they call it? That retro Alex Aaron Rodgers, or are we going to see a team that's going to be struggling into the very end and somehow the Dolphins squeeze out of this? The Dolphins are struggling as well. They're 8-6, and man, they better be very careful. There's some teams at the bottom that are looking to come up. And Jaguars is one of those teams, and especially if Jacksonville don't take that division, they're going to try to fight for a wild card spot at the end. So even if the Titans barely take it, Jaguars can still win out. Some losses for the bottom teams, I think Jaguars could be a second NFC South team to get in if it works that way. And but, however, I think what's going to happen is Aaron Rodgers is going to have a really good game. I think that the Packers are that second team in the NFC that's behind with the Lions that are trying to make a come up at the very end. It's not about how you start, how you finish. Green Bay is now starting to come up as one of those teams. That's how you finish. You got an experienced veteran quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. I think he goes into Miami. I think he gets the win. Call me crazy. Yeah, Tua did play like shit. No, you didn't miss any yet, Donovan. You caught up. Give me the Packers to win on the road. I think Green Bay goes to 7-8, and depending how their schedule goes at the very end, then they got a game against the Lions at home at the end of the year, and that could have a lot of playoff scenarios there. So this is going to be a good game, but I think Green Bay wins this game. I think Miami continues their losing skid. I think they might have peaked too early. I think they started off hot at the beginning. I think now in these grueling months of November and December, they're starting to struggle. Therefore, I'm going to go with Green Bay. I'm going to go with experience in this one. Aaron Rodgers gets the win. Okay. The next one is a 3:30 game, and this is gonna be a shit show game. Denver Broncos of the Rams. Now the Rams are officially eliminated from playoff contention. They're now the fifth team eliminated, and both of these teams are two of the five teams that are out, along with us. And I think no, not Chargers, the Bears, and I think the Cardinals are the other one. So we're five of the teams right now. They're officially out from the NFL playoffs. So 27 teams are fighting for what 14 spots right now. So with that being said, this is going to be one of those games where Baker Mayfield is going to look really good, and he's going to have some good stats on that Denver defense. Because Denver's got a good run defense, but not a pass defense. So this is a good game for Baker Mayfield to have. Then you flip it over. Russell Wilson still got some wins under his belt. These are games that he should be able to patent his stats. These are games that the throwaway games that I think he's going to try to win. Say I got a win under my belt. This is another win to add to the this miserable season. But don't worry, next year we're gonna have a better year. And I think ultimately, altogether, I think Denver is more talented than the Rams are. I think it's gonna be a good close game, but I think I like Russell Wilson. He's got some game-winning drives, Super Bowl experience quarterback, and I think he wins. I think somehow it could be a shootout, could be a low-scoring game. But I think the Broncos go in and get the win. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Broncos to get the win. Oh, you got the Rams, Donovan? Okay. And then Matt Ogden's got the Rams as well. Okay. All right, so that leaves with let's see what the next game is. Fuck it. Okay. We got the Buccaneers traveling to the Cardinals. This is Crispy Cruiser's team here. The 7:20 Sunday night game on Christmas Day. It's going to feature Colt McCoy versus Tom Brady. I would have never thought Colt McCoy would still be in the league right now. Longhorn, Lung High, shout out. I would sign Colt McCoy if he was available. Believe it or not, I think he's better than Sam Ehlinger. I would bring him over in a heartbeat. But I think Colt McCoy will play a good game for the Cardinals. But I think in this case, this is a game the Bucs gotta win. They let that other game get away. They were up 17-0. The turnovers by Brady, the turnover by Fournette, the special teams blundered in that bad muff punt attempt for the Bucs. I think this is just a case where the Bucs just say we gotta win. It's just as simple as that, bro. So I'm gonna go with the Bucs. Ogden has got the Bucs as well, and Donovan has got the Bucs. So we got the Bucs. Plus, they're playing that shitty ass NFC South division. They gotta win. They gotta win this game. It's a must win. They have to win, bro. They have to win. God damn it! Wow, what a clusterfuck Monday Night Football game this is. You got the Chargers taking on the Colts. God. Matt Ryan is officially named the starter for the remainder of the season. Not that it really matters. I don't see why they came out with the press conference this morning like, oh, Matt Ryan is going to play the remainder of the season. I'm like, well, kind of knew that. Why would you tell us that? Why does it matter? Like, do you really think you're going to make the playoffs? No. But you guys did bomb a 33-0 lead. Ouch. So, hey, Colts fans, when you remind us of the 24-0 playoff lead, we'll remind you of the 33-0 lead that you blew against the Vikings, even though Vikings are a good team, don't get me wrong. We blew a 24-0 lead. You blew a 33-0 lead, so we're even now. Well, India's hosting LA. The Chargers are coming in. This could be a trap game. Chargers are, I think, the 6th seed, but could very well, be 7 because they're technically tied with Dolphins on the head-to-head. But could this be a trap game for the Chargers? Chargers have fell in some trap games before. We beat them last year. I think it was week 16 or week 15, one of those weeks. They came in our house, and that was like one of Davis Mills' best games that year. And could that be a game with Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan is a very, still think what you want about Matt Ryan. He still has a lot of playoff experience. He's been in the Super Bowl. Guys won multiple playoff games. He has good, he has good team morale, and he still got some juice in the tank. But the Chargers, if Mike Williams is coming back, I know they've been plagued with injuries. A lot of these games have been, it's been in the battle of the trenches for the Chargers. They've been barely pulling off some wins in the last final drives. But the Chargers, got a lot of momentum going in towards the end of this. I think they're one of those teams that are peaking right now. I think they're one of these teams that are getting hot at the right time. I think the Chargers want to secure a playoff spot. I think last year it still haunts them with that last game against the Raiders. Supposed to go in overtime, supposed to tie, not let Big Ben and the Steelers in, blah, blah, blah. They had an agreement to let it tie, and the Raiders kind of screwed them. Whatever the rumor is to that. I think it's going to race this week. I think the Chargers go in. I think they're going to get the win in Indy, and they're going to try to secure the 6th spot. It's not, they're not going to take the AFC West, but so go ahead and give me the Chargers. Donovan, what do you got? Chargers? Yeah, he's got Chargers as well. Matt Ogden has also got the Chargers as well. So those are my picks for week 16, and we got 2 weeks after this. And I'm just going to read them over again just to go by them fast. Jacksonville at Jets, -5 degrees. Weather forecast doesn't matter. I mean, Jets do have the advantage in that game, but I think Jaguars will figure out a way to get the win. I like Trevor Lawrence. He's starting to win me over. I think the Jaguars go in and get the win because both of these teams are clusterfuck, so they're probably going to both turn the ball over. But I think the Jets are in a worse clusterfuck than they are. Jets are losing a lot of home games. They look terrible at home. Zach Wilson looks very bad. The Jets don't have Matt Flacco does not look good either. I'm going to go with Jacksonville to win. Baltimore, Hundley. This is another trash game against another trash team. Riddler and Hundley. This is going to be a terrible game to watch. At least it's the day before Christmas. You don't have to open up your presents. Bah, humbug. But I'm going to go with Hundley to get the win in a very terrible game. This is going to be a low-scoring game. I'll go 9-6 Baltimore. Field goals. Ravens win. Lions and Panthers. Panthers are complete clusterfuck. They got Sam Darnold. Not really a fan of him. I think he's trash, personally. Detroit Lions, I think, they're peaking at the right moment. They're 7-7, looking really good, trying to race for a playoff spot. Give me the Detroit Lions to defeat, once again, the Carolina Panthers. Buffalo Bills, Chicago. I'm hearing trap game. They were saying trap game against the Eagles. They almost beat the Eagles. Eagles won at the very last second. That's not going to happen this week, Bears. Sorry. Buffalo Bills are going to come in and kick your ass. Nothing personal. I know you're saying, well, it's going to be cold. It's -7. That doesn't matter because Buffalo is a lot colder in New York. My dad's from New York. It gets to -30, -40 easily. Snow conditions. They get blizzards. The Bears are saying that they have the advantage to the cold weather. I've been watching ESPN this morning. I think their head coach is like, well, we have the advantage because we have it's going to be -7. So we're playing in our environment. Doesn't matter because the Bills play in the cold weather, and it's a lot colder in New York than it is in Chicago, but it does get cold in both places. Either way, there's no advantage for either team. The cold's not going to matter. It's going to really actually work against both of you guys because the human body is going to have to be out there in -degree temperature. But I still think Buffalo wins at the end of this game. That football is going to feel like a razor blade when you grab it. That's not going to be good. Oh, and weather forecast is calling for Houston to be we're going to get temperatures at 7 degrees on Thursday and Friday. We're going to actually be in possibly the negatives, perhaps, by the weekend. That's possible. This is the first time since 2020 that we've had that, or 2021 in February. We had problems with our pipes and all that because we're not used to that kind of weather down here. But we're going to get that Arctic cold front supposed to come on Thursday. It's going to be 65 degrees in the morning, and at nighttime it's going to drop to 23, just like that. And then it's possibly, they say, prepare for 5-degree, 6-degree weather on Thursday and Friday night. So it's going to be very interesting. I'll be looking forward to it. Sarcasm. Saints at Browns, clusterfuck game, shitty game, two shitty teams. Sean Watson has the advantage in there against Andy Dalton. He's beaten Andy Dalton before. He'll beat him again. Sorry, Saints. Nothing personal. I'm going to go with the Browns. Seahawks at Chiefs. Sorry, Seahawks. Geno Smith. Too little, too late. It's a little, what do they call it? You're in a brick wall, and that's the Arrowhead. And you're in Kansas City, too. You don't have a snowball's chance in hell to win. Kansas City wins. They win big. Giants of Minnesota, the possible playoff preview. This is going to be a game where I think the Giants are going to get their asses kicked. They're limping in the playoffs. They're just like the Commanders. They're just going to limp in the playoffs. They're probably going to be one and done anyway. The Giants have no firepower outside of Saquon Barkley. I'm sorry. They do not look that good. The defense plays a little good, but it's not going to be anything spectacular. They're not going to get Daniel Jones is not going to get a big command and lead. He's not that type of caliber quarterback that can get a 33-0 lead or anything like that. I think it'll start off close. Vikings pull away in the second half. Bengals at Patriots. Patriots, I hate to say it, I think that loss against the Raiders really shell-shocked Mac Jones. I think Belichick looks very unconfident. First time I've seen him with the poise where he's actually shaking hands with the opposing teammates' coaches after a loss. Usually runs to the locker room. This time he's actually congratulating. I think that the Bengals are just at the right place at the right time. They're playing. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, and I think the Bengals got a lot of momentum. Then they go to New England and win. Texans at Titans. I mean, Texans at Titans. Yeah, this is going to be again, it's going to be divisional games. Of course, it's going to be close. Titans win 23-16. I mean, I think Derrick Henry's going to have a monster 200-yard game on us. He's usually that's what he averages against us. For the last 5 or 6 games, he averages over 200 yards on the ground. I don't see it changing. We might play hard, mix again on the offense side of the ball. I just think the Titans got our number. I think the Titans are playing desperate now, and I think they realize they have to win this game because Jacksonville's on their ass. So they'll win. They'll go to 8-7. Commanders at Niners. I'm sorry, Commanders, you don't have a chance in hell to win. Niners, Brock Purdy. That Niners team looks really well. Defense playing well. Brock Purdy's playing like he's got some poise. He's got pep in his step. He's got confidence for a rookie quarterback. I like the kid personally. Been following him since he was with Iowa State, Big 12 guy myself. So I follow all the quarterbacks in my conference. But therefore, Brock Purdy gets the win and puts the Niners to 11-4. Eagles and Cowboys. This game I go back and forth. Eagles got a throwaway game. And I think it's one of the throwaway games. Cowboys are going to install T.Y. Hilton, maybe Odell Beckham. If they do that, I think they might get a hard fought game, and then Cowboys pull away with it at the end. This is a division game, and I think that they'll split it. So this is a throwaway game for the Eagles. They know they pretty much got the division locked up. Number 1 seed possibly already locked up too. So they're already multiple games ahead of. They're 2 games ahead of the Vikings. Plus they only head-to-head, so they're really 3 games in front of the Vikings. So they got it. They could really just rest Jalen Hurts. They don't really need him in this game. But Cowboys will win barely. Raiders and Steelers. Like I said, both these teams maybe a mere hope of a playoffs, maybe. But I think Steelers win because they're playing for Mike Tomlin, and Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season in 14 years as the head coach as a Pittsburgh Steeler. That's amazing. That's an amazing record to have. I think the Steelers have something to play for there. And I think they're going to say, we don't want to be the first team to give Mike Tomlin, this roster. So I think that's enough to give him something to play for, to playing a team that's really evenly matched with the Raiders. The Raiders don't play well on the road anyway. Most of their good wins are at home. And I don't think the Raiders are a really good home team. Road team, but I do think the Steelers play good at home. And therefore, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh to win. And then, of course, Packers at Miami. Packers are peaking. I got Aaron Rodgers experience, quarterback, blah, blah, blah. I think he goes into Miami and gets the dub. Denver at Rams, 2 clusterfuck teams, both out of the playoffs, both fighting for a top 5 pick draft. But give me Denver to beat the Rams. I think Russell Wilson will get the win. Bucks at Cardinals, must win for Brady. Has to win this game. Makes sense to win. I think he gets the win. Wins in Arizona against Colt McCoy. Monday Night Football, Chargers at Colts. Both teams are, Chargers look really good. And the Colts are 4-9-1. How are they still in the playoff hunt, by the way? They actually just got a chance to make the fucking playoffs. No shit. So they can go 6-9-1 and get in. How the fuck? Okay. Well, that's not going to happen either way. They'll lose this week, and Colts, you will be joining us as one of 6 teams that don't have a chance to make playoffs. So you'll be with us on the couch, and you will be joining us for Fritos, bean dip. Oh, well, I'm on a low-carb diet right now. So you'll be joining me for some sugar-free cookies that I have. And you can join us on the couch to watch the playoffs. That's where I'll be. I'll be on the couch watching the motherfucking playoffs. Okay, so now I'm going to pick My AFC NFC championship game. I'm gonna do this every week till the end of the year. Fuck it. Just see if I get it right. And let's see if I change it. How many times I change it? Okay. AFC championship right now. Chiefs host against the Bills. That hasn't changed. I'm still sticking with that. I think Buffalo goes to Kansas City for the AFC championship game. Kansas City gets the win. Kansas City goes to Super Bowl. NFC. Yeah, I had to really think about this one. I had Dallas penciled in all year. I've been riding Jerry Jones for the whole year. And if they sign T.Y. Hilton and Beckham, they got a real good chance to come out of the NFC. They got a decent chance. However, now there are other teams in the mix. Niners, Vikings, Eagles. Maybe the Lions if the Lions surge. The Lions come out of nowhere. Green Bay. The NFC is going to be a very fun conference to watch. Every playoff game is going to be fun to watch. I'll put it to you like this. If Detroit makes the playoffs, I'll ride with the Lions. Fuck it. If Detroit makes the playoffs, I'll give Detroit the edge in the NFC. I'll give them as my dark horse. Fuck it. I'm going to ride with the Lions. God damn it. And fucking Jared Goff. Because remember, Jared Goff's been in the Super Bowl. So he can get, if anybody can get to the Super Bowl, it would be Jared Goff. If he gets the Lions in the dance, man, remember when the Giants won in 07 and 011 with the 8-8 record? And they won a Super Bowl. So maybe they're just peaking at the right time. So if I'm Minnesota and San Fran, the last teams I want in my house, I will take Commanders and Giants any day of the week. Them coming over to my house and playing them because they can be beat. You know, that the Vikings and Niners could beat the shit out of those teams. But imagine if San Fran has to host Detroit or Green Bay. Now they own Aaron Rodgers. This Packers team I've been watching is a fucking desperate team that's fighting to get in. And the same thing for the Lions. And the difference between Aaron Rodgers this year than I've seen him in previous years is this year he's playing with a chip on his shoulder, and I saw it in the last game. And you're probably going to say, that's kind of too early, Rose. There's still like 3 weeks left. How could you say that? There's something in Aaron Rodgers I saw tonight when they were playing against the Rams. I looked at that fire in his eyes and said, God damn it, that guy better not make the playoffs. Because I'm telling you, if Aaron Rodgers goes on the road and he's won games on the road, and the Packers get in the 7th fucking seed, and they're fucking on the road to start the week, the wild card weekend, they might be the dark horse. And if the Lions get in at 6, the Vikings and the Niners will have their fucking hands full. Now, remember, Detroit should have swept the Vikings already. They had a big lead against the Vikings in Minnesota earlier in the year, and they beat Minnesota later in the year. If Minnesota better hope and pray that the Lions don't get in and land right there to fucking see them wild card weekend. Because I think the Lions can go in Minnesota and maybe win in wild card showdown. And then you have Green Bay going to San Fran. Now you're going to say, well, you know, the Niners own Aaron Rodgers, this, and that. But here's the difference, though. Jimmy G is not going to be your quarterback. You're going to have Brock Purdy. He's going to be good, but he's going to be playoff good. Regular season games, he's winning them. He's gaining that experience, but can he do that in the playoffs, though, against a veteran, experienced quarterback who has won playoff games? Aaron Rodgers may not have a good playoff record, but he has won games. Aaron Rodgers can win those type of games, and especially if they're on the road and they have nothing, they're not even playing in front of their fans. They have something, a chip on their shoulder. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's desperate, and so is Jared Goff. And that's why I say the Lions and the Packers, you better hope that the Commanders and the Giants don't weed out, because if they get in and replace them two, I would host the Commanders on wild card weekend, Minnesota or San Fran, and be like, oh, that's an easy dub right there. The Giants come in, oh, shit, contain fucking Jones, we got it. But if you got the Lions coming in or Green Bay, wow. This is going to be an interesting part of the year. You're going to have 3 weeks of football left. And my Pick'em League is now coming down to the crunch line. Got the playoff format set. It's going to be awesome. All NFL games, 2 college football games, all football games. And this is going to be really fun. This is going to be a fun part of the year. And these last 2 weeks in y'all's picks are going to mean something now. Winning your division after week 17 is pretty much almost means you locked in to win it, to win your division. Unless you got some guys in your wild card that qualify for those top 17 spots, you may have to battle it out with them at the end. But either way, I mean, it'll still be kind of fun. Like these next 2 weeks are going to determine who the 98 people are that will be in that round, that will be competing in that round. These next 2 weeks are, you either do bad on your picks or you do good on your picks, and it's just, it's going to be entertaining to see. So we'll have to, see how it pans out. Who do I got for college football? You talking about the top four? Well, Ohio State goes to Michigan. That's going to be a good – or no, Ohio State goes to where? Georgia. So Ohio State goes to Georgia. Georgia's the defending championship. Stetton's on his senior year. Georgia's a really good team, man. I like Ohio State. Marvin Harrison Jr., C.J. Stroud is really good. Bab, they got a good, awesome front line, good linebackers, awesome pass rush. Ohio State's a good team, don't get me wrong, but they just ran right into a brick wall. I think Georgia takes it. I think Georgia will beat Ohio State, and they'll go to the final. But again, I would have low key. I do like Ohio State though. Like they're kind of like my dark horse, but Georgia's gonna be a tough team to beat, man. Georgia's gonna be a very tough team to beat. Now, who's the other one? TCU at Michigan. It's done personal. I like TCU, but they're not winning. They're not going to win that game, bro. Michigan's got it, hands down. They're going to blow that fucking team right out the water. And I got Michigan to win. So it's going to be Georgia and Michigan in the finals. Now, who's going to win the championship game? And I think this will be a close game. I think Georgia and Michigan will be a good game. It'll go back and forth. There's possibly going to be a high-scoring game between two really good teams. I'm gonna have to go with Georgia to be the defending champions. I hate to say it, but I don't even really mean I hate to say it. I'd rather them than Alabama, but I'm gonna have to go with Georgia. I think they'll repeat as champions. They're the best team right now in the league. They're undefeated for a reason. I know Michigan's undefeated too, but still, I think Georgia will win. He said if we win and go 7-8, we'll probably take the division. At 6-9, it's not a sure thing. All the Bucks have to do is lose one more game, and whoever wins the NFC South will have a losing record. And the Titans, they have to lose 2 more games. Jaguars have to lose 1 more. So if Jaguars lose 1 more game in the next 3 games, which it kind of is possible, and the Titans lose 2, then also the AFC South will have a team that has a home team in the wild card with a losing record. That's just crazy if you look at it like that. I think the NFL should change that. I think what they should do is you win your division and that's it. You just get a home. If you win your division, but let's say you go 7-10, or let's just say 8-9. You go 8-9. Then you just make the playoffs. That's it. You win your division, you make the playoffs, but you don't get any home games. So if you're 4 and you play 5, then you just basically have to go to whoever is 5. If they got a better record than you should go to their house. So Tampa Bay hosting Dallas on wild card weekend is going to be kind of weird. I mean, we all know that's gonna be the 2 teams playing in the wild card. But I mean, I don't think Tampa deserves a home game, though. I think they should have to play it on the road. But Tom Brady has won in Dallas. He did win in week 1. So to be fair, Tampa Bay can go in Dallas and win that game. But like I said, I just think they need to change the playoff format. I think what they could do is take your 4 division winners, 3 wild cards, and then re-rank them 1 through 7 based on winning record. So you can have the 2 best teams in one division at 1 and 2. I think that would be cool, because it's saying hey, you win your division, you're rewarded. If your regular season rewards you, it's not my fault I'm in a good division and you're in a shitty division. I get penalized for that. That's not my problem. And that's how it should be looked at. Same thing if, like, let's say that the Jaguars win with 9 losses or 10 losses, they take their division. They shouldn't get a home game. They should be on the road, at least for that game. I mean, you give them a playoff game, sure. You give them let them, say like, hey, you won the division. You're just in the playoffs. That's it. But that's it. You're not getting a home game. But that's just me. If I was commissioner, I would set it up that way. I don't think it's fair that Dallas should have to go to Tampa, and I don't think it's fair that whoever wins my shitty division should host a home game. Whether it's Jacksonville or Tennessee, they're going to host a really good, probably the Chargers or whoever number 5 is. I don't. Let me look up real quick. Yeah, they get a home game. Like if this playoff starts today, Dallas goes to Tampa. It's stayed that way for the last 4 or 5 weeks now. Tampa's got a better Cowboys got a better record, but because Tampa's a division winner, they get the home game. I think that's bullshit. I think they need to change that because I think it's kind of whack. It's like saying, okay, well, I'm just better than 3 other teams in my division, so I actually get a home game. Like even the AFC South is trash. Like Jacksonville, if they win, they shouldn't be at home in the wild card. Let's see who's 5 in the AFC. Give me a second. Okay, 5 is the Ravens. Oh God, the Ravens are fucking terrible. The Ravens actually might fall out of the playoffs if Lamar don't come back. But if Ravens are 5, then they have to go at Tennessee or Jacksonville. Now, if Lamar Jackson plays, that Jacksonville Jaguars Ravens game might actually be pretty good. Or if they have to go to Tennessee, same thing. 7-9 is currently the worst. Yeah, so I think a team made it at 7-9. Yeah, I know Seattle won at 7-9, and that was that famous run they did on the Saints. The Saints won 11-5 and had to go on the road. Well, believe it or not, I actually had the honor of meeting a guy who played on the worst NFL team of all time. I think that was the 77 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He actually played on the team that year, and he sold me my first vehicle. His name was Willie Jewelry, and I have his autographed football cards. He played for the Oilers, and he played for the Buccaneers, and he played for the 77 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where they went 0-15. That was the first team ever to go winless, and he told me about it too. He's like, yeah, I played on their first official team that went 0-15. I said, for real? He's like, yeah. And he was telling me all the fond memories of that year too. He said it was actually one of his best years because his stats were the best that year. Like he led the team in interceptions and forced fumbles and tackles. He led the team in tackles too. And I was like, that's pretty cool, man. He just said, we just weren't good enough to win. But we went like 0-15 or 0-14 or something like that. I think it was 0-14, he told me. But he said we didn't win a game that year. And he said we were the first official NFL team to do that. Yeah, and he sold me my car. He works for Helfman Ford, believe it or not, Willie Jewelry. Good guy, man. Yeah, good guy, man. Nice guy, man. For all those about football, I bet Lamar doesn't play again this year after the injury to Kyler Murray since Lamar doesn't have a contract yet. Lamar wants $250 million guaranteed. That's what I was told. I'm not saying he's not worth a contract, but 250, I don't know about that. Nothing personal. I don't think 250 million guaranteed for Lamar Jackson. That's what his asking price is. I don't know about that. I don't know if the Ravens are going to give him that. He's going to have to come down a little bit on that. I think he's a very talented quarterback, but I don't think he's worth 250. Absolutely not. He ain't worth no $250 million. But you don't want a guy like that to walk either. So the Ravens are going to have to make an offseason decision there. You're going to give him an extension, or are you going to meet somewhere in the middle? Like, what are you going to give him? Like, it's going to be interesting to see what this offseason endures for it. Because, again, he wants $250 guaranteed. I don't know if he's worth that, bro. But then again, you don't let a guy like that walk. You don't want him walking either. It's going to be hard to replace him. It's like with Deshaun Watson. We had to let him go, but we look at us. We can't even replace him, not even close. So I think the Ravens are in a position where they know they're going to have to negotiate, but where do they meet in the middle? Like, where's that number going to be at? Is Lamar going to budge off of 250? What are the Ravens going to counter it with? Are they going to counter it with what? 200 million, maybe 150, 175? He's going to be very interested to see because it's the guarantee money he wants. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Still got a long season to go, man. Long season to go. Let me go next out of that real quick. All right. Yeah, I had to burp. I'm sorry. All right. Well, it's 1:13 in the morning. I've done my picks. I'll vlog tomorrow before I go to work. I'll see you guys.